Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're playing the Stanley Parable. So this is a game that I've played before, but I've resetted the progress. So it says, have you played the Stanley Parable before? Actually, not the Stanley Parable. I played this game, but not a Stanley Parable. I don't remember most of the things, so no, not the Stanley Parable. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. So barely. Please enter the current time. What's the time? It's like I think it's 6, no, 4 p.m. 4:50. No, 4:50. I think it's 4:20. Now accessible settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Okay, loading. You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Oh, computer over there. Wow, this is so cool. Yeah, also settings. Begin the game. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is loading. What? Click.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Wow, plays with numbers.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
That's bad.
Stanley was happy.
Wow.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley Parable.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Okay.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Can I jump now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So if I press buttons, if I press this button, if I press the mouse button, it'll be the sound. Wow, what? So crazy. Whoa, playing with the computers. Whoa, what am I doing? If I press other button, if I press another button on the computer, I can actually walk. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I should do that. Whoa, a lot of people is working here. A lot of people are working here, sorry. I'm pressing E and this is...
Yet there was not a single person
Sound.
here either.
Sound, please.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What is this? Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Rip France. Meeting room, floor 4XX. Meeting scheduled. Wow, many things. Not cost efficient. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Me, wow. Broom closet. Oh, we can't open them.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, blue, okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
I'm
boss's
not
office.
going there. I don't know what that is. I'm not going up. No way. Bathroom. What? Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. What? Extreme bathrooms. Time. Oh, okay. Strange. So that's executive bathroom. Wow. Let's close this door. Perhaps somebody will come over there. Close. What's this? What's a book? The beach pages. I don't know what I don't know what it says. I don't know what it says. Sorry.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Let him finish it.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright, this is kind of creepy, guys, because... And what is that? Oh, I thought that was blood. I thought that was blood, but there were shadows, just shadows. Shadows. Oh. Why am I feeling like indoors? I don't know. Loading. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Whoa, that kind of scared me. What is that?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? Why would I want to escape at Mind Control Facility? I will get back there. I promise you guys. Oh, who's watching? So this game was supposed to be a mode for Half-Life, from what I understand. From what I know. But it became a game, looks like.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I think I
did he have the strength to find out?
Fall Guys. Oh. I'm not playing Fall Guys. Playing Stumble Guys. Yes. What kind of computer is that? I don't even know if it's a computer, but...
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
From Gary's mom. 427. I think that's me. Employee 47. I think that's me. Yes. Oh. I did not observe this. Sorry. Sorry. Fired. Wait, let's look at the fired pictures. And over there is nothing. Oh, there's actually something over there. Oh, the fired pictures. Oh, they're like the same. There's no other.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
It manipulates me. No, he doesn't.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This generator.
But here was the proof. the heart of the operation,
narrator.
controls labeled with
narrator is,
emotions, happy
really-
or
it's
sad
really
or
not
content,
helpful
walking,
because
eating, working,
if I
all of it
wouldn't
monitored and
read,
commanded from this very
he wouldn't
place.
read.
And as the cold
But,
reality of his past
if
began
he
to
wouldn't
sink
read what he
in,
would say,
Stanley decided that
bored
this
that I
machinery
had
would
to read.
never again exert its terrible power
Pressing
over
buttons.
another human
Mind
life,
control status of
for
phone.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, what is this? Is this deadly? No. If it was deadly, I think that that would be my end in this game by now. Beep, beep, beep. I'm just pressing the button. Just pressing the button right there. Wait, the door is locked, but it's open. What? Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Wow, so big screen. This is so big.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh. Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Okay.
Was it over?
I don't think so.
Yes!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He
Whoa.
had won!
Wait, whoa.
He had
I'm right here.
defeated the machine!
Whoa, I can move.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly
this is
opened,
a door.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yes, that
Where
escape
had his
thing.
co-workers gone?
The
How
right
had he
door.
been freed from the machine's
What if I press
grasp?
the? What if I
What
push
other
the, what if I
mysteries
press
did this
the on
strange
button?
building hold?
What if I fall off there?
But as sunlight
It just died.
streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Whoa.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
It
seeking,
disappears.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not
Wait,
been
can
to
you see from here? Can you
understand,
see from here?
but to let
Oh,
go.
oh, it's beautiful.
No longer would anyone tell him
beautiful.
where to
Live,
go,
live, live,
what to do, or how to
It's
feel.
beautiful.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Of course.
And that was all he needed to know.
It's beautiful.
It was perhaps the only thing worth
Oh,
knowing.
parking. What a parking
Stanley
lot of house.
stepped through the open door.
Oh, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to go back, but I will.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
This looks
possibility
like
of the
Half-Life to a
new
bit.
path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wow. I'm very proud of you, Stanley. Actually, of me, because I did everything. Or the narrator did, because I did what he said. And is never the end, and is never the end, then is loading. Okay, whoa! Am I back here? Can I press buttons?
All of his co-workers were
Yes,
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whoa, what is this? Awaiting input. Input received? Wait. Wait, so I can actually interact with them? With that? Wait, so, whoa. So, oh, I can actually interact. What? Strange. Oh, what am I doing? There's nowhere else I can go. Except to...
When
Whoa.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
door
he entered the door on
Does
his
the door
left.
shake? Let's just do this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee lounge? Wait, what's that? So I don't actually remember...
Yes, truly a
Apply for
room
the
worth
server.
admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in
Yeah.
this immaculate, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, and I don't want to go back there, you know?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
But Stanley can't hear you. Wait, this is a card? This is a card reader? What that says? I don't know. No, unlock. That's unlock.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
I don't want
here.
to fall.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I think I
There's
can
someone
go
you've
there.
been neglecting, Stanley.
Maybe I'll die.
Someone? Really?
Whoa.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Sorry?
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
What? Like
Look,
the escape?
let me prove it.
Escape?
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Right, so I actually got here, and he doesn't want. The narrator doesn't want me to get here. Whoa. 2B1. What are those? What are these doors? 2B3. 2B4? 2B5? What?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, Stanley.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Meh. Must do
Oh,
it.
thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Well, I was
Do you see that I
forced.
really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Maybe you don't.
The problem is all these choices.
I don't
the two of
believe
us
you.
always
I don't
trying to get
trust you.
somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and
Are
running,
you-
just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
No, you are killing
I
me.
wanted to stop.
No, you're killing me.
We would both be so much happier.
Yes, he said
if we
I would,
just
so he cares only
stopped.
about him.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh, am I in the nowhere? Like nowhere? What?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
You're creepy, man.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel... No, wait.
No,
Where
that's
are you going?
creepy. What's this? A child drawing? Oh, that's creepy. I'm out of here.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset.
Okay.
We'll lose all of this.
Okay. I want to see what happens.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Yeah, of course.
Please, Stanley. No!
Whoa, that
Oh.
hit me.
Thank God. You lived. You have... No. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me.
Well,
I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing
For
this?
no reason, just doing it. I don't know. It's funny. Oh, like really. 260 no scope.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Well, you're creepy, man.
God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
What?
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yeah.
You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
No, I'm doing this
Am
just
I reading the
to see
situation
what will
correctly?
happen. Alright, I think this is the last one. I think I will die. No,
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
I think I'll die.
I just wanted
Yeah.
us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
What if I
It
get
looks
back?
like you wanted to make a choice after all.
What if I get back?
Well, this one is yours.
I think the door closed behind me. But what if I get back, guys? I think I'll get back if I do this again. That probably I'll not do this again, but I'm dead.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
And it's never the end is loading. The end is loading.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I like this voice.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're just here. Forever. Ooh. Coffee cup. Coffee cup on the floor. Cup on the floor.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah. And what is this?
Yet there was not a single person here
No one.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this, but I'm bored, actually. I just want to find things, but there is nothing for me to find there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Scared. Maybe I'll be jump scared. But I don't know if this game is cool. Holy moly. And I'm already scared. What else it says? There's something. There is something written on there. Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Hey, let me
He
get
considered the
that.
possibility of facing his boss.
Get this-
Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
again the car?
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yes, that's really
Why
strange.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Ooh, yes.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
No, they
Were they
repeat each
simply
other.
repeating?
Yes, they're repeating each
No,
other.
Stanley
It's
said
on
to
your
himself,
fault.
this is all too
No,
strange.
it's
This can't
on
be
your
real.
fault you're doing this.
And at last,
No, the
he came
narrator
to
is
the
bad,
conclusion
guys. No.
that had been on the
Maybe
tip of his
thing is
tongue.
bad, I don't know
He
what it is.
just hadn't found the
Cool
words for
things.
it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Really?
This is all a dream.
Maybe.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and
floating.
it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I can move.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me
move and
go
press
back to my
buttons? What?
job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
You have a wife.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Oh.
I am okay.
How the door closing? I saw something there. Oh. Again.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please,
God,
just someone
red.
tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Oh my god.
And everything went black.
Oh. Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Huh?
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings,
Oh
and walked
my
to her place of work.
god.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered
There are
the
hands from
strange
Half-Life
man.
2.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But
What?
then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's strange. Okay. Alright, the end's never end, there's never end, then it's loading. Right guys, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. In part 2, I will go to that escape
All of his
route
co-workers were gone.
and
What could it
maybe
mean?
do
Stanley
other
decided
things
to
that we
go to
didn't
the
done in
meeting
this
room.
video.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
So,
memo.
bye bye guys.